Not much, you know.
All right. So, thank you for making the trip up.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you again.
You too.
Last week, and if you give this information to anybody, I'll kill you. Because it's a question that's very important. And you really have to think about it, that I didn't put on the list of questions for you. Because I want to be on the spot. I want to be a very natural answer.
I love it.
Are you ready?
Fuck yeah.
Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, well, I disagree, but that's okay. I respect that you actually have one. So, good for you.
I say Star Wars because Star Wars is more my generation. Like, I grew up watching Star Wars. Lord of the Rings was already on DVD and well established before I came around. So, like, a lot of the older guys I feel like will relate to Lord of the Rings more because, like, that's what they watched growing up.
That's
but
fair.
to me, it was Star Wars and Luke Skywalker. And
You know, what's funny is that it's your generation, but it's not as well, because it was, 70s when it first came out, right? So that's pretty cool, and that's still going. Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I have. Don't get me wrong. I've watched both Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Both?
Both the series, yeah.
Oh, okay, I was going to say both. I was going to say there's 3 Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and I've seen the series. I've only watched the series once, but
And probably not the extended editions, huh?
hell no.
Okay. All right, well,
I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan like you, my friend.
dude, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. Good for you. I'm glad you have one. Star Wars is fantastic. Okay, well, that's done. We're going to leave. All right, man. Well, what's your name and call sign?
My name is Manny Parnell. My call sign is Rubber Ducky.
How'd you get Rubber Ducky?
I'm going to be honest, I don't really know. It was kind of a spontaneous thing that happened with me running an LMG. I have a quacker on the front, and it sounded like a duck, and that's kind of where it stemmed from, and that just kind of stuck.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, how did we get Rubber Ducky? I don't think it was you, but I got a rubber duck from somebody at a game a couple years ago. Just randomly gave me a rubber duck. I got it over there still.
That's awesome. I loved it. People come up to me and they're like, your call sign's Rubber Ducky. And I'm like, yeah. And they'll just bring me a little, and I'm like, thank you. And that's how I've got one strapped to my plate carrier. I actually don't bring it with me, but my shoulder TU got me one, so I strapped it on my plate carrier. And then I've got another one on my back plate from somebody else. I just randomly will put them on my guns. At this point, it's a lifestyle. Everything.
Right? Yeah, that's 100% agree with you on that. If I say 100%, I'm going to go fuck myself. Because I say it way too much. And it was a problem in the first interview. And it was almost a problem in the last interview.
You're just keeping it 100.
What?
So you're just keeping it 100.
I am keeping it at 100, but I can't keep saying I'm keeping it at 100. That's the problem. Where are you from, Millie?
I'm from Massachusetts, Boston, Mass. Specifically, my whole life. I've always been born and raised in that area. I live in Reading now, but I've always been close to Boston. I always will be. Boston's it's home, You either love it or you hate it, and I unfortunately love it. I could never leave. I have friends that have left, and they're all like, "It's great, it's Florida, it's nice," and I'm like, "Yeah, but is it Massachusetts?" And they're like, "No, it's not home. It's not. The food's not the same." And I'm like, "It's." You come to Mass, and you've got everything right here. You get the warm summer days, you got the hot, cold days, you got the winter time. It's freezing as fuck outside, and there's snow on the ground if you're lucky. You get it all right here.
How do you feel about Maine? Like, how about the people in Maine? How do you feel about them?
I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, please be
beautiful.
honest.
I love it.
How about the people in Maine?
From the interactions people that I've met in Maine, they're all very kind and nice people. I haven't met a person yet that's been an asshole. If I want to deal with an asshole, I'll just stay in Massachusetts because that's where they all seem to be.
Yeah, but it's home.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
that asshole vibe, it feels good. It feels like home.
It does feel like home, and you get it coming up here in Maine, but it's a lot more welcoming. It's not so much a fuck you and your feelings. It's a lot nicer.
That's something I love about New England, man. Is although there's like New England's like a person with multiple personalities.
Absolutely.
And Massachusetts is New England's aggressive personality.
Absolutely.
Right? That's our fucking psychopath.
And I tell everybody, you either love us or you hate us. There is no in between. You're either going to love the state of Massachusetts and the people, or you fucking hate them. And that's just how it is. You can't be...
I'm going to say I hate it sometimes.
I do too.
And I hate the people sometimes, but not all the time.
I'm the same way.
One of my dearest friends was from North Reading, actually. And he was definitely from Massachusetts. And I'm definitely from Maine. And you can tell the difference when we're talking. But he's one of my favorite people in the world. And I think that's a common thing in the New England area of how those different personalities of those states
They
just come
mesh so
together.
well together.
Yeah, they really do. When did you get into Airsoft, and how did you get into Airsoft?
So I got into Airsoft, and it's gonna be weird. I wasn't one of the backyard kids growing up. I didn't have that. I lived in the city we didn't even have a backyard. We had an alleyway. So me being able to play with an airsoft gun was never possible until I got to like 15 and started working, and then started seeing videos online and finding local fields, and then I got into it. I was right out of field. I used to play it. They don't open no more. They closed during COVID. Called Stronghold Ops in Abington, Mass. That's actually where I met Basil, my best friend, my right-hand man.
He's your best friend?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
He's a good
I don't go anywhere without him, and if he's there, I'm there. If I'm there, he's there, without a doubt.
And Lenny's moving up on that list.
Lenny's moving up on that list. Funny story, I've known Lenny, we'll get into it later, but I've known Lenny a very long time. I've actually very good friends with his cousin as well.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I got into Airsoft mainly because my brother got married one day and was, hey, we're going to go to this Airsoft field, let's go. We all went. It's a bunch of rentals. We're getting picked on by the kids that had the full kits. And I was like, this is cool. Stop playing. And then my other buddy was like, hey, we're going to start going. You want to go? Sure. And then I was hooked.
Okay.
And now my buddies don't play no more. And they're like, you still Airsoft? And I'm like, no, I don't Airsoft. And sitting in my corner with thousands of dollars of guns. And then people come over and they're like, what the fuck do you do in your free time?
And how long have you been playing?
Since 2014.
All right.
Very long time.
All right. Cool.
The last couple of years, I've slowly transitioned over to strictly HPA. For a very long time, I was very anti-HPA, and I'm not running that. And then I started running it, and now I'm like, all right, now I'm not going to go away from it.
So having played against you and been shot by you in a game or two, you should probably definitely stay with that HPA. No, Manny.
I say I'm sorry because I didn't realize it, but the first time we came up here, I shot a bunch of people, and then I was like, great, and I went home and maintained my gun, and I looked at my settings, and at the first game, my gun was shooting like almost 60 a second, and I was just like, I feel like an asshole because I just opened that up on my friends.
Manny.
If it was a stranger, I don't feel bad, but when it's my friends, I'm like, I try to be a little more cautious.
I want you to feel better about this. You ready? That first game you came up, guess what? We were strangers. Now we're friends. Boom!
Yes, you're 100% right.
So don't feel bad.
You're 100%
And
right.
it was it's interesting, man. I'd hear that burp on the field, and I'd say, yeah, I'm just going to move over here a little bit. I don't want to be anywhere that thing is at. Like,
That's a common,
at all.
That's
Period.
a common factor.
Don't want it.
We were at AMS this past year in Albrightsville, and we literally were sitting in the building, and I had the ref come up to me at one point and go, I just want you to know, I have watched 3 full squads of the enemy team turn the fuck around and walk down the path the long way because they know you're sitting at the edge of this road and they do not want to come engage with that LMG. And I'm like, why? It's just an LMG. They go, do you hear it? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, it's fucking scary, dude. And I'm like, well, that's what I built it for. And they're like, no, we've got no complaints. You're perfectly legal. It's just funny to watch 30 people turn around and go, yeah, no, we're going this way because fuck that LMG that's sitting on the edge of that road right there. I'm not playing with it. It's not a fun time. And I was like, when you build scary guns, people don't like to play against you, but they play fair. And he's like, yeah, you're right. They're going to play fair. I was like, because they don't want a scary gun playing against them.
No, man, you're a great player and a really great LMG gunner. We've sat with a couple. It's funny, this interview season we have the main team that from people that are going to be here from Mobros, which makes sense because we saw you guys quite a bit this season. And last season it was guys from the team Op 4. And they also have a fantastic LMG gunner. His name's J-Rod.
I've heard of him.
And he does his job the way he's supposed to, and so do you. And hearing him talk about it, it was really cool, and always have a lot of respect for the LMG gunners because A, you're carrying a heavy load, B, you're spending more money because a lot more money.
I can surely say when we go to a weekend event, say any 2-day event, I bring at least 15 bottles of BBs for myself. And me personally, I run 3.2s or higher weights because they float better at longer range. So you're talking $30-something a bottle. And I was talking to Bango on Discord because he has me up every once in a while about LMG questions, and I love it because I love answering questions. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you right now, it is not a cheap role to get into. If you're trying to get into this role and think you're going to be able to cut by, I was like, you're not. I was like, it's expensive. I was like, because there's been plenty of times where I've been on an event and I'm like, fuck, I'm out of ammo, shit, and I gotta run and grab a bottle off somebody or buy a bottle off somebody because you need to run out. You miscount and you don't realize how much actually you're shooting when you're on an LMG, and then you look around and you're like, damn, that was 3,000 rounds right there in 20 seconds. It's like, there's $25 right there. And
Just to kind of move people around.
Yeah, just to get a small little area, move 60 feet, that's $30. And they're like, I was like, it's not a cheap roll. If you want to be conservative, go play an M4.
Yeah.
If you can't afford BBs, I'm like, and it sucks because I love seeing LMGs. I love seeing the more LMGs I see on the field and teams. I'm like, yeah, because it's not a very big roll. It's grenaders and LMGs are very like niched. I've found it's not a very. Everyone carries an M4. You don't see very many. That's why they tell you one LMG. And it's like, okay. And most of the time, very rarely do you see one, maybe two, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So, I find it fun. It's more of a niche.
Oh, no, it's definitely a niche role, but very crucial to the
team as well.
100%. 100%. Fuck yourself, Cameron. You stupid fuck. What has been your favorite part of playing Airsoft? Like, what does it for you? Like, you get into, you're like, man, this is it. This is what I want to do. I really enjoy this as my hobby.
The community.
All right.
Being able to hang out with my buddies at a campsite in the woods all weekend with my phone and not have somebody call me and complaining about work or a lot. It's the best thing in the world. It's my little break from reality. I get to go sit in the woods with my buddies and play real life Call of Duty or G.I. Joe all weekend long and not have to worry about nothing. Not have to worry about bills or what the fuck's going on at home or none of that. It's right then and there, and that's it. And that's all you got to do, and that's the best part.
It's really pretty awesome to have that group of people. And
yes, especially when you meet other teams like you guys and Dark Detachment and Dogs of War and the Diamond Dog. The more teams you meet, the bigger the community you build, the better it is, because you go up to fields, you don't even know who you're going to see there. Then you meet some of your buddies that you haven't seen in a couple months, and it's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. It's the community aspect of this is we're a small area in New England between Mass, New Hampshire, and Maine, but when you get into a field and you see somebody that you haven't seen, it's like you've never missed a day with them, and it's the best in the world.
I agree with that, and you guys, as the bros, have made a pretty tight team, and that's awesome. It's not easy to do, to get a team together the way you guys have, or Dark Detachment has, and keep that team. Seen a lot of teams come and go, but you guys have definitely had the staying power because you guys are running it right, You're treating each other right, and we're treating the community right as well. Fucking dogs.
Absolutely.
Okay. Technical difficulties, kind of. Move some things around. Make it feel natural. All right, man.
Action.
Thank you, Austin.
You're welcome. Where's our fucking clacker?
Where is our fucking clacker?
You tell me.
Yeah, you tell me you had it last.
No, I didn't.
It's probably over there in the shelf somewhere. No worries. Okay, we have one of those.
Oh, do you hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Action.
It's actually for the audio more than anything. So you get when you hit that,
I didn't know that.
it creates a spike in the audio file, so you can know where it's going to start.
That's you learn something new every day.
Right?
I never knew that.
Yeah. Okay. So, what team do you play for?
I am a captain on the Mobros Airsoft based out of New Hampshire.
Time out. Stop. You're a captain? Yes or no? You're a captain.
Yes.
Last time we saw you, were you a recruit?
Last time you saw me, I was a member.
You
I
had a recruit shirt on. Were you just recycling some old stuff?
So, let me clear this up. I started out the year as a recruit. Beginning of this year.
Okay.
I didn't get that.
Siri, you
again?
bitch.
Fuck you, Siri.
Stop listening.
I won't respond to that.
Fuck!
Now they're all going off.
I'm sorry, Siri. It wasn't towards you. It was the pizza talking.
The pizza.
But yeah, so I started out this year as a recruit. It was my first year with the bros. By by February, I was pretty much a member to begin with. I already met the requirements. And then by the end of the year, even beginning when I was a recruit, I made it known, like, I want to be a captain. I've got great ideas. I've got the experience running teams. I run multiple airsoft teams. I want to help. And at first, I talked to Tio about it. Tio was like, you know, when it comes, it comes. You know, be a member, ride it out, and we'll talk about it. Okay. As soon as I became a member, put my papers in for a captain spot. And then I just kind of waited, because waited, and then at the end of this year, they were like, hey, you want it, it's yours. So now, coming next year, it's going to be a whole new ballgame with me helping as a captain. It'll be the first official year that I'm a captain. They haven't announced it on the team page yet, because they want to do it for 2026, but I've been a captain since the end of October, officially with the team.
So, we haven't seen you as a captain, because the last time you were up, you were...
A member.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. They're lucky to have you. You know, and it goes to show that patience is a very rewarding virtue.
Absolutely.
You know, you go after what you want, and you go after it the best that you can, and usually that will yield some good results in your life. You know, so that's pretty awesome, man. Congratulations. Even though we just talked about it, we're going to clarify a little more. Like, why did you want to be on the Mobros? How'd you get involved with the Mobros?
So I've actually been friends with Matty Mo for probably 6 or 8 years now. Before I joined the Bros, we've always been close, because I'm the admin for the Mass Airsoft page and was a mod for the page for a very long time, and Matt was a mod as well, so we always talked a lot, and we met each other through RPC Airsoft in Fremont. We played there a lot, so we knew each other and kind of hung out. And he always would invite me out to come out and play. He's like, hey, come out and play with the Bros, but me personally, I've always been an indoor player. I've always loved indoor. I've loved the intense action. This is the last couple of years I've slowly brought what I play indoor to the outdoor field.
Really?
And started
That's
to transition
okay.
into it.
All right. I would not have guessed that. All right.
Indoors, like Jordan and even Schnitzel will tell you, I made a comment last week in that Extreme. You guys are in my house now, because this is where I cut my teeth, and this is where I learned how to play
I actually
Airsoft.
saw that was a comment you made, yeah.
This is indoors, and I tell everybody, indoors a lot more intense than outdoor, because it's not
Smaller
you're gonna wait.
space.
It's a lot smaller space, and there's a lot more people fighting going on, and there's BBs slinging everywhere.
Yeah.
So you got to be attentive, and you got to be ready to get in the shit.
Okay.
So
do you speed soft?
no.
Okay.
I do a lot of like CQB, indoor CQB style, like the buildings and Extreme. They have the town slide up with the saloon, and it's a great time.
And how do you feel about speed soft? That's been a topic of discussion for the last couple interviews. How do you feel about it? Where do you lie on it?
Personally, I've played Speed Soft at a couple tournaments at Extreme House. I've done a couple like walk-on games. It's fun. If you want to just go bunk wild 5v5, just all out shit show, it's a great time.
Okay.
Because from beginning to end, it's non-stop action. There's people, BBs flying. You're never gonna see a break in the action until the round's over. If that's not what you want, then that's not for you. Because people are fast on their triggers, and they're putting 30, 40 on you a second. Like the people that play Speedsoft got a trigger finger like it's fucking ridiculous. You see some guys and they just and it's 40 on you, and I'm like, how the hell did you do that? Slow down, guy. Like that's not. And he's like, well, it's just a trigger finger, and I'm like, I understand, bro, but you got a 15-year-old on the other end of that doesn't know what you're doing, and they think you're full autoing them now because...
I saw a video it's a very popular video of some guy doing that, and the kid's like, hey man, no full auto. He's like, I'm not using full auto. He's like, you're not using full auto? He turns it full auto. He's like,
oh,
that's full auto.
That video is OC Airsoft based out of California.
Yeah, of course he knows what it is.
The video that he's talking about, he has a custom built DSG M4 setup that he actually sells. You can buy the gearbox. They're like, he sells them for like, last time I looked, they're like right around $700. And it's a complete custom build that he builds to order everybody. I've seen a couple people talk about them, and like the video, fucking insane. And I've seen people that run them. I've met a couple guys that have them, and they say the same thing. They're like, dude, it's absolutely ridiculous how fast it's... And they're like, no full auto, and it's like, it's not. It's just a true DSG build setup that's built right. That's meant to do that. It's gonna do that, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Shit, I want to buy one, but I just don't want to spend that
Shit,
money.
I want one. So do you do a fair amount of teching yourself?
I do all of my own teching. I do most of the Mobros teching, and I tech for other people. I do, like I said to you before camera, when it comes to Airsoft, I'm a man of many hats. I run 2 Airsoft pages. I help the Mobros with their socials. I'm working on people's guns. I work on the team's guns. I'm very well versed in the airsoft community.
Do you have ADHD or autism or Asperger's or anything that you know of? And I'm not saying that meanly. I'm curious.
I know I have ADHD.
Okay, that's enough.
I'm not officially diagnosed with autism, but I like to joke around and say I have the type of autism where I can take something apart and put it back together without looking at it and just know it works.
That's also ADHD, though.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm asking that, this is the first time I've actually directly asked that. It's been brought up a couple times, but I think it's a very true statement that there's a fair amount of people in the airsoft community with ADHD or autism or whatever.
Absolutely, it's
right?
part of it. I feel like if you
yeah.
don't have something that's you're not truly involved with it, because who in their right sane mind would want to come and do this for fun and get shot at by their friends? And yeah, I know, me too, right? This is a bad idea, but most
you guys,
people
you want
see
to?
us and they see videos of like you guys, and I show them videos from us playing up here, and they're like, I don't know how you guys have fun doing that. That looks like it hurts. Like
it does.
I was at Extreme, and I've got a couple tanks on my arm from Cam, and he was pelting me with my LMG, and they're like, how do you deal with that? And I'm like, it's fine. It doesn't hurt. It feels like a bee sting. And they're like, I could never do that. I'm like...
Sometimes it's a little more, depending on the distance.
Yeah.
We had, I think it was Riley that you fucking drilled.
Oh, when I ran up on the building with Jordan, that was a little unintentional. Me and Jordan are pushing the building, and I was like, all right, I'll just tap the window.
Tell Riley.
I'm sorry, Riley. That was unintentional.
Nothing to be sorry for.
But in my defense, we were sitting in that corner of the building before you, me and Jordan, who's on your team. We're sitting there, and he's like, I only see one in the building. We're good. Just push the building. I was like, great. I'll semi-pop the one person. Great. I get to the corner of the building, and one turns into four. And that's when I was like, all right, fuck, this is going to be an asshole move, because if I grab semi, we're outnumbered, but I've got an LMG. Sorry. Click. Whop. And I tried to just be as fast as I could and just try to get the smallest amount of burst off. And then I heard, you fucking shot me in my arm and tore it up. And I was like, oh, I feel bad.
That wasn't Riley then. That was somebody else.
No, there was like...
No, maybe it was. That sounds like it was Riley. It's like, dude, bro, not even a pistol. Nothing.
Yeah, that was one of them. And he's like, my arm, dude. I was like, I'm so sorry. Because all I seen when I did it was a barrel come out the window. And that's when I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You just got to do it. I ran up on it and just returned the barrel back in. And they were like, oh, shit. And I just started sweeping back and forth. It was like, sorry. Just kept on moving. I was like...
And you know what's funny? Just to kind of make a point, you did that, right? With a fair amount of BBs, right? And I don't think he had any specific marks to tell about it, did he? Or did he?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did. You got shot with one round in the face, and it blew your lip the fuck up.
I actually got shot multiple
I know you got
times
shot later on, but...
Yes.
I know there was one.
There was... Yes, and it...
One shot. So it's funny how...
And it was by you, funny.
I know. But it's trying to make a point, and it's kind of funny that, you probably hit him with a fair amount of rounds.
It's all placement.
Right? And I was like, probably 20 yards from you.
Yeah, I would say.
And I caught you in the lip. Sorry about that. Wasn't intentional.
Oh, I'm just grateful I wasn't smiling, because you would have hit me in the tooth.
Shit.
That's when I watched it back on the smoking. You can see it just pop.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm so grateful my mouth wasn't open, because that would have taken my tooth off.
That's why I wear the mask. I can't, I don't even want to think about the dentist bill if you get caught in the mouth with it. But to say, like, and I didn't hear you get salty about it. You're like, dude, I got my fucking lip. But it's understandable at times, especially when you're playing this sport with people you don't know.
Yeah.
It's understandable sometimes that people get a little salty, because now hearing you talk about that engagement and what was going through your mind, and like, man, I don't want to do a heavy spray. I'm just gonna give it a quick one. And the fact that even crosses your mind when you're playing is awesome. It's because the fact that you're thinking about those other players you're about to go shoot, and how much you shoot them is going to affect them. That's quality of a good person and a good player. So good on you.
I try to be, because I try to understand, like, not everyone's running an LMG. I got to think of the guy on the receiving end and how I would feel if somebody just ran up on me and dumped 6. And that's why I'm like, okay, I got to be a little give or take here, especially when like that. They're posted up in a building. They're not going anywhere. They're holding the building. I'm rushing your building. I would feel worse as a guy, if I was in your position, to just get ran up on and just sprayed unconditionally until you put your hand up. To me, that's like, you're an asshole. You could have easily just one-tap me or a quick little bop, and I would have been like, all right, you got me, no problem. Put my hand up, walked away. I can't be going home knowing that, yeah, I just mag dumped this guy at 30 rounds a second for 5 seconds just because he didn't put his hand up.
Yeah.
No, that's not cool. I'll give you, small burst, small burst, small burst. And then third or fourth time, yeah, I'm not going to lie. I will hold it on you. If you continuously not calling it and I know it and other guys are complaining, then I'm going to be like, all right, now I'm going to unleash some little bit of hell on you and let you feel what it's like. Now you're going to really call your fucking
Now
name.
you're going to know you're right.
But the first 3-4 times, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and be like, maybe I hit the plate carrier because I wear plates and I carry a box mag. You don't feel it all the time. You may hear it, you may think you did, but you don't. And that's the problem is like, you may think, oh, I didn't feel it. Yeah, you didn't, but it's still a 90% chance it hit you in the plate carrier, and with all the clothes you got on and your mags and your plates and everything, you don't feel them. Unless it's in like a soft spot or you don't have a lot of cover there, you're not going to feel it all the time. Or you'll just hear the clink, and you're going to be like, well, I think I got hit, and it's just being honest.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that's said a lot in these interviews is everyone needs to have an understanding playing this sport, and you really have to try to have that understanding is that if you're shooting at somebody and they're not calling it, the first thing to say is, well, I'm probably not fucking hitting them.
Yeah.
That's the first place your mind should go, because especially with new players, because they think that their replicas are doing stuff that it's not doing.
Yeah,
They're not familiar with it, right?
They think replicas are shooting like real steels and you're getting 300 yards.
No.
And I tell people all the time when I've heard the story many times, oh, I shot him, but he didn't call it. I'm like, okay, next time, shoot him. If they don't call it, take 10 steps forward and shoot him again.
Yeah.
I would bet you your BB's just not reaching them because your guns they're not real steel. They're not going to travel a half a mile and then hit a target. They're plastic. One gust of wind strong enough and the BB's just going to go whoop and it's going to go off course. Take a couple steps forward and try again.
And that's exact. So you're right there. You're taking accountability. Oh, jeez. You still beeping though? So the first thing you're doing there is you're taking accountability for yourself. Instead of going, oh, I shot at him, but he's not calling it. Shut the fuck up. Take accountability for yourself and say, maybe I'm not hitting that person, right?
Absolutely.
The second thing is maybe I am hitting that person, but they're not feeling it. Because most of the people, a good amount of the people in the community, that's going to be the case. Whether they're running, like you said, they're hitting a part of their kit, they just don't realize it. So just shoot them some more.
Yeah.
And unless you're like close enough to see those babies bouncing off them and they're not calling it, like,
or you're running tracers and you can see them.
That too. And then just shut the fuck up. And even if they're not calling it, just feel sorry for the person that's doing it instead of causing a fucking fight, because that person obviously got some other shit going on in their life of some kind to make them feel like they need to cheat at a child's game.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like that's what I think of. Like, and the last time I did it, I've talked about it before, Austin, right? He was pushing us on this hill by Chicken Coop, and I am lighting his ass up, right? I'm like, and he's not fucking calling it. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I didn't expect this shit from you. There's no way. And I'm going through maybe I'm not hitting him. And I'm going through maybe it's hitting his kid and he doesn't know, right?
The steps in your head.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I was kind of like, well, fuck, dude, that makes me feel shitty. And he starts walking around. I'm like, hey, dude, was I hitting you? He's like, no. I'm like, all right. I guess it wasn't then, right? And when I go and watch the video, he's sitting in front of a chicken coop door that has chicken wire all over it. And I can't see that from where I'm at. All I can see is him. I can see him. And I know there's chicken coop wire there like any other time.
Yeah,
but at this moment, I'm not thinking of that, right? And right then I was like, I'm never saying that kind of shit again. Not doing it. Why? Because I'm fucking wrong.
Especially outdoors. You don't really get a clip unless you're me to Austin or 10 feet in front of me and I can visible direction. You don't know, like the brush, the trees.
Could be a fucking twig that you can't see.
That just happens to blow the wrong way. The wind changes direction, and now the BB's just off course the slightest bit, and you think you're shooting at him because from the first 5 feet it's going straight, but then after that it's off course, and you don't know because you can't see it.
Yeah. So it's so important to run that quick course of questions in your head, and just take some accountability for yourself, have some trust in that other player, And if all else fails, if that person, you actually find out that person's cheating, just let it go, man. Just, why start some shit? Just go get away from that player, go play somewhere else.
As somebody that runs an LMG, and that's a very scary LMG, I get it a lot. People, we were at Clawhammer. In the middle of the event, we had a random dude from the other team go, "You're cheating." And I'm like, "How am I cheating? Your gun's shooting too fast." And I'm like, "Okay." The ref come out, and he comes walking up, "Can I see your RPS?" I'm like, "Sure. 30 RPS, that's the limit, right?" "Yeah, look at the FCU board, 30 RPS. Ref comes over, I let the refs shoot the gun. I'm like, "Shoot it, chrono it, do whatever you need to do. It's fine, it's not going to cheat." Rips it. He's like, "Yeah, 30 RPS, exactly." He's like, "He's fine, it's just, he's on the line." He's like, "I can't complain about it." He goes, "This is just one of those instances where we set a boundary, no one really plays that boundary."
You push to it.
He pushes the boundary. He's the type of guy that we have to change the rules for because this is what he does. He goes, "That's not his fault. We set the rules. He follows what we gave him. He's just the type of guy where he goes, okay, my RPS limit's 30.
I'm going to 30.
That's what I'm going to set it to."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, you may not like it, but guess what? You don't want to be on the receiving end? Build one."
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people's like, "Well, I don't want to spend that type of money." And he's like, "Well, that's not my fault. I can't tell him not to do what he built because he built it to the rule class and the rules that he plays. Like, I play a SAW. You may run a medic. The rules are different. I can't carry any M4s or M4 mags on me or I'm disqualified as a SAW gunner at events." Most people don't realize that.
Yeah.
I can only carry SAW products, whether it be box mags or a bottle of BBs on me. I'm not allowed to carry an M4 or a speed loader or really even a dump pouch. They kind of iffy about.
Yeah.
Because it's more M4 assault role as a style, and I'm not an assault player. I'm more of a support.
Yeah.
So it's give and take. People think running a SAW is just being a guy to post up in a field and just spray babies at people. It's not. It's a lot more time consuming and a lot more being calm because, like, yeah, you could post up in a building and spray for nothing and you may get kills, but half the time when they know you're in a building, they're not going to go that direction. They're going to go a different direction, and especially when you run a SAW that people don't like playing against, like myself or a couple of guys like Payday from Dark Detachment.
Oh my God, Payday!
People hate when you
We
have
didn't get
a
to play with him
SAW.
at the Clawhammer. He was with us
Yeah.
for Clawhammer.
When you
this
have a
past year.
SAW that's a bad motherfucker, people hate playing against it, and you got to change the way you play and play like an M4 player, but you also got to stay within your
That
guidelines
sucks.
because, yeah, I've got
It
100
sucks,
foot.
but yeah.
It sucks, but you got to make it work. And they're like, "Well, you got full auto." I'm like, "Yeah, but at most events, I've got a 50 foot or 100 foot engagement distance. I can't run up on you and just start mobbing BBs at you at
Can't shoot
5 feet.
indoors.
I can't shoot indoors.
Yeah.
If I'm shooting out a window, I have to be posted in the window."
So time out. I have a question about that I've wondered, and I've just never asked it before because I have ADHD, and when I think about it, the most inopportune times to ask it, and then I just forget about it. Can you shoot indoors from being outside? Like, I mean, like if you're 20 feet away from a building and someone's in a doorway, can you shoot them?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So if I'm out, so to answer your question, if I'm standing outside and you're entering the door and I'm shooting at you, I can shoot in the door, but I'm realistically not allowed to shoot out the door. I have to break that frame, that plane. They
Okay.
really try to limit you from doing that. They don't really like you shooting in the doors because then that's going to encourage them trying to return fire out the doors. So they try to avoid you doing that. But realistically, if shit happens, shit happens. It happens sometimes.
Can you swap to single fire when you go inside?
Depends.
Some fields.
Some fields allow me to do that. Some fields are like, no, you're full auto locked. That's all you're getting. You're not getting a semi-auto. If you gotta go semi, you gotta grab a pistol.
Okay.
You can't, or you gotta just let your team do the rest of the work. And that we've had events tell me, like, if you run in a building, you can't run your SAW in the building at all.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to shoot it. So leave it at the door. If you're gonna run in a building, you better have a pistol or a knife, and that's all you're getting in the building. You're not allowed anything else. You can't drop the SAW and pick up an M4 and then swap back. You're not allowed to do that.
Okay.
Which to me is stupid. Because they allow medics, they allow grenadiers, they allow regular M4 guys to rotate through the roles.
It's-
and you can run dual roles as a grenadier and a medic, or a grenadier and an M4, but you're not allowed to run a dual role as a SAW. SAWs are SAWs. And I get it because it's a SAW.
I think that's probably set up because there's not every player is like Manny Parnell. Not every player is like Payday, or J-Rod from Op4, where they're going to be respectful of what they're doing and realize at a
Absolutely.
small engagement distance you could really hurt somebody with that full auto. Not everyone's going to be thinking the way you think when they enter that building. There are going to be some assholes that really light somebody up.
I
So
agree.
that's probably why something like that's in place, I would think.
And in that instance, like you said, I would at that point say, hey, look, if you got to go into a building, you have semi-auto, use it inside. To me, is more of a... Because I could run in a building and scream bang, 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 and kill 10 people just by screaming bang, bang at you, but are you going to call it? That's a 50-50 chance. I've seen events where guys are like, I'm not calling that. It's not a forced rule. I don't have to call it.
And what's bang bang? What's the bang bang rule?
Bang, bang is like a safety kill. So if I have my LMG and you're too close to me, I have to run up on you and scream bang, bang, which is me simulating shooting you.
Yep.
But at most events, it's not a enforced rule,
Yeah.
so they don't have to call it. So you could then turn around and go, oh, you bang me? That's cool. Pop, now you're dead. And now I got to sit there as an LMG guy dead because I tried playing by the rule that they don't enforce, and then I got killed in the process. And I've had it happen at AMS when we were there in Albrightsville last year. We're in a building, they're like, hey, no LMGs in the building. You're not allowed to run in the building and spray people down. Okay, I got into a building, we breached the building. I put the LMG down, grabbed my pistol, and I'm running around on Elite Force. Dude on the enemy team runs in the building, sprays everybody in the building inside the building with an LMG. And I looked at him and I go, bro, you can't do that. Yes, I can. And I'm like, no, the rule is no LMGs in a building and you have a 50-foot minimum engagement distance. How do I know? My LMG's right there in the doorway. If that was the case, I would have just busted this whole building down with 30 rounds a second and killed everybody.
Yeah.
But you got to play by, and the ref's standing there just looking at it, and I'm like, and you're not enforcing the rules that you guys came up with? Like, what the fuck?
Maybe they didn't even know the rule.
I was like, but if I would have come in this building and ripped my LMG off because everyone's going to hear it, I guarantee you there's going to be a problem. And he's like, well, I didn't see it. I can't really see it. And I'm like,
fucking hear it.
I'm like, that's the biggest thing. You can't see it, but I promise you hear mine go off, you're going to hear it. And he's like, well, yeah, because yours is loud. I'm like, exactly my point. You didn't see mine go off, but you heard it.
It doesn't even need to be loud. You hear full auto when you hear it.
Especially when everyone else is popping semi-only, and then it's quiet, and I'm thinking, brah, it's 30 seconds on something. It's like, well,
The quacker.
yeah.
So, some technical difficulties. Gotta make sure I hit everybody.
It's a work in progress.
Technical difficulties.
Coming.
Right? It is a work in progress.
It's a beautiful work in progress, though, I promise you.
Well,
Anybody in the community, I just want to say this. I'm going to give you your props where I can.
Oh, jeez. Hold on a second, please. Let me just...
Before we continue, if anybody in the community gets the opportunity to A, either come up here and meet this team and play with them, or B, come up and do an interview, 100% do it every time. You will never regret it. Everybody on the Death Eaters are awesome people to hang out with, shoot the shit with, message on a daily. Me and you talk a lot now. Great people. They're all community-driven people, and you guys are always amazing to be around, and we're grateful to be
I appreciate that.
a part of with you guys.
We all appreciate that.
We may be sister
Make
teams,
sure to get
but
him his
we're all a
money
big family.
directly after.
I'll get the wires set up.
I just want a hoodie when you get some more hoodies. That's all I ask. No, I'm just playing.
Dude, so...
I've heard a lot of people want hoodies from you guys.
Really?
We've had conversations on the bros. I mean, Matty's like, I want a Death Eaters hoodie. And I'm like, you're not the first person that said they want a Death Eaters hoodie. I've heard them. Everybody wants them.
How are we going to take care of that?
Yeah, how do we fix this?
I mean, we have a site to go order from, but like, is it what about it? Is it the design or what?
I think it's just a community thing. We like repping teams that we affiliate with, and we tried doing it with the Valkyrie Directive. We have their patches, and we've talked about getting shirts and actual like team flags made.
I got a Mobros band.
Yeah, see, he's got a Mobros band, and we try to.
We'll have to have a hoodie made.
We've thought about making a flag, having like a Bro Eaters flag up made or something custom.
So
when we're all together.
When we plan this, I have an idea, so we can all be on the same team, right?
Yes.
Like, say if we want to go to Harris or something, wherever, and you have to put in your team name. What if we put Mo Death?
I like Mo Death. I'm
Right?
down with it.
When it's just us hanging at the field, it's definitely Bro Eaters.
Yeah, when it's here, it's the Bro Eaters. But when we're at a legit place, it's Mo Death.
Maybe. So we should. That's something that needs to be discussed for sure. But as far as like hoodies for other people go, I think it's something that we have to plan out and talk about.
Or even patches. I've heard guys, like Basil's expressed to me, he's like, how do I get a Death Eaters patch? And I'm like, I'm going to be honest, you don't. I'm like, the only way that I know about getting a Death Eaters patch is going about joining the Death Eaters. I was like, they don't give I was like, they're not very... I was like, nothing against them. They're just, that's their patch. They're not going to give them out like that. I was like, we have designated team patches and we have designated community patches.
See, that is what I was just. We have to have a designated hoodie for the community and a designated patch for the community. That's something we should probably get on, because we have a company that, you will actually be seeing soon is a custom Death Eaters dead rag, and that would probably be something you could get your hands on.
Hell, you guys that makes good Death Eaters ones. We'll get Mobros ones made too to match.
Right. See, that's what I'm talking
Absolutely.
about. This team dynamic is awesome, and I know that our guys
It's always good.
all get together really well and enjoy
Absolutely.
each other's company, and that's what's so important in this community. I got to meet Danny and Becky Mello a couple weeks ago. Very similar to how our teams run, and they're
Dark Detachment.
Yeah, Dark
Great
Detachment,
people.
amazing people. Well, the ones that I've met, but talking to how they run their team, very similar. How you do yours and we do ours, and so. Yeah.
I won't even say mine.
No, yours is in the Mobros.
Yeah, we're very community. Like, I'm the newest captain, so I'm still learning the ropes on how they really operate the team.
Of course.
But I gotta give credit to the other guys that I have to talk to you and Joker and Ghost and
All great
Squatch
guys.
and Matty Mo especially.
Yeah.
I've sat on the phone with Matty Mo till midnight, 1 o'clock some days, just talking about team stuff and what's going on and just learning the ropes because everyone does things differently. And much as we try to be the same, it's got to be different somewhere. You got to.
Of course,
change it
that's
up a
what you're
little
bringing
bit.
to the table, right?
Absolutely.
We kind of got a little bit of the recruitment process. Is there anything else you want to say about that? Because that's when we were cut off.
So the recruitment process is pretty easy. Like I said, you put the paperwork in, and then you come meet us at a day. You come play for a day or two with us, whether it be at an event we're going to, or just a day walk on, or a pre-planned team meet day. And then you hang out with everybody, you get to know everybody, and then after the day, we'll sit down as a group and say, hey, what'd you like about him? Did you dislike about him? Would you want him on the team?
Yeah.
If everyone votes yes, we'll let you recruit. If one person says no, we may have a conversation and say, hey, look, what did you not like about him? Is there anything that we can do to try to help? Maybe you do start to like him, and maybe we bring him on because we think he's a good fit. But if you wholeheartedly believe that he's not a good fit, then that's it. We'll stand by that because our thing is more brothers. We're a family. So if you look at me and say, hey, look, I don't like this person, I'm not going to be like, well, we're bringing them on anyways. We're a team. We all work together and we all make decisions together. If one person's uncomfortable, then no one's doing it. It's just how it is. It's the way it needs to be.
That's the way it has to be.
To be honest, to be a successful team, you can't have just one person running the show because then there's always going to be that one person that's like, well, my opinion is not heard. And the way it is now, it's like you guys have a group of captains that sit down and say, hey, look, these are our options. What do you guys want to do as a team? We're going to leave it up to everybody. We'll vote on it. We're constantly making polls in the chats
So do we. Yeah.
or on the Discord or in the emails. Hey, look, we can either go to, like we just did it recently, Green Ops, the Red Star Rising. There's a 2-event series. We're like, we can either do both events for Green Ops or we can go to Clawhammer and Autumn Justice. Which 2 do you guys prefer to go to? A lot of guys are like, hey, we want to go to Clawhammer. We want to go to... So, great. That's where we're going.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
It's easier that way.
And we need to talk about those events because I'm pretty sure we're doing both of those as well.
We can sit down with schedules
We'll
and...
have to talk. We'll have to have a discussion sometime soon. What are some of your favorite fields to play at in New England? Or fuck New England, in anywhere, not fuck New England, but anywhere you want to play.
So, I'm going to categorize this as indoor and outdoor because...
Yeah, please. Yeah, it's fine.
My favorite indoor field to play at of all time is Advanced in West Warwick, Rhode Island. It's a great field. It's a very basic layout. It's just 3 long hallways and a bunch of small rooms and windows. To me, I love it because it allows to be simple, but you still get there and you can still learn how to work with your team to coordinate clearing a room, turning, transitioning, the doorways, hallways, long hallways. And there in their hallways, they have little barriers halfway down, so you can learn how to do like lunging and, barrier to barrier, trying to work your teammate. It's very tight. It's very fast paced. It's very high intensity, but you learn a lot.
Okay.
Outdoor wise, my favorite field always would be RPC. That holds a great spot in my heart, not just because of my sentiment of the field being able to play there, just the overall quality of people that show up there. I've never had a bad experience at RPC, whether it be the middle of the wintertime, the middle of the summer or the fall. Everyone there that shows up there is all for the same mind. They're all ready to have a great time, be about the sport, and not cause a problem. And if there is a problem, your ass will get thrown out before the game even starts. So they do not play around. And in the wintertime, they have free hot apple cider they make homemade every day. So it's like,
love me some apple cider,
especially when you're playing out cold in the winter all day in the snow and you're freezing and you turn around and he's got cups of hot apple cider. It's just like the best thing in the world. Extreme's got the City Field. Their pro shop is massive. It is the biggest pro shop in the Northeast.
Okay.
Next to E-Bike or one of the big retailers. They're, in my opinion, the biggest that I've seen personally. I haven't been to PA or Amped or anything like that to see their field in person. I've heard okay things, but if you walk into a pro shop, that's by far the biggest that I've seen.
Okay.
But they've got, like I said, back on the topic, they've got the City Field, which is their regular walk-on CQB style, normal day-to-day indoor play, and then they have a designated speed soft field strictly for the speed softers. So people that like that style, you don't have to go play with the kid that doesn't want to play with that. You can go play with everybody that's gonna play that way, and you're not gonna hear complaining about it because everyone's there to play that exact way. And if you want to jump back and forth, they allow that. They allow you to play on both fields. So if you've never played Speedsoft and you're like, hey, I want to try that, you can absolutely go try that. And it's not going to cost you any more money. It's not going to cost you anything.
Okay.
And it's great.
I do have a question. Say so.
Yes, you from the Peanut Gallery.
My whole airsoft career has only been outdoor, right? Backyard. Is indoor more like Call of Duty in a sense? Because it's kind of like close quarters, 24/7.
Yes.
The maps are kind of built to engage.
It's basically like Shoot House, but indoors is the best way I can explain it.
What's the difference between what you were just talking about, Speedsoft, and like...
So Speedsoft is usually capped at 5v5. It's all small teams, objective based, whether it's 3v3, 4v4, or 5v5 is the most I've ever seen.
So that's essentially like Call of Duty, but it feels more like paintball?
Yes. Kind of. It's basically like speedball for paintball, where you've got the big X in the middle and you've got Snake. It's the exact same thing, but for airsoft. It's the exact same setup. They run the same game modes. The only difference is it's airsoft BBs in there.
You know what I mean? How like outdoor feels like Battlefield and indoor I've never played. But
Yeah.
I can only imagine feels more like Call of Duty.
It is. It's a lot more like Call of Duty because there's a lot more action. You turn a corner and there's BBs constantly flying around from the minute they say go to the minute they say stop. There's people getting into
Action
gunfights.
24/7.
Yes. You turn a corner and there's people there shooting. And you're like, oh, sorry. Even dead, you gotta like duck and you gotta stand and wait a second because there's a firefight going on. You're like, I'm just gonna wait here for 1 second because I don't want to get shot by accident because I'm trying to respawn.
So this segues really well into the next question. Do you prefer outdoor or indoor airsoft? Which one do you prefer more? Sorry.
You gotta put me on the spot.
Yeah, bro. Welcome to Death Eater's Airsoft Interviews.
I'm gonna be honest. For a very long time, if you ask me that question, I would tell you I only play indoor. I'm a diehard indoor player, and that's that.
Okay.
Outdoor is growing on me a lot. I love indoor. Indoor will always be my favorite place to go in the wintertime and every once in a while. But there's only so much indoor you can do before you're like, I need to change the scenery. I need to change the game modes up. I need to change of something.
And so two different animals.
Yes, completely different animals.
Yeah.
Outdoor, you could be sitting on a building for a half hour, just
or longer,
just waiting.
Happening.
We did that at Autumn Justice last year. We got sent to a building for 2.5 hours and didn't see a soul.
Yeah,
it was so long. I literally took a nap on the LMG. I woke up to Basil and Squatch going, "Yo, wake up, we're moving," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, I'm up now." And they're like, "Did you just fall asleep?"
That's
and
part
I'm like,
of that experience, though, right? Because you had to go watch that building for whatever reason.
You just sit there until you're told to do something else, and it's great because you're bonding with your boys.
Yeah, exactly.
We had one point we had them singing Barbie Girl, and
that's a good song.
It was great. We were passing gummy bears out, and it's a great time. Yeah. But indoor is a whole different animal.
A little bit more. There you go.
Indoor is a whole nother. It's another beast, unfortunately.
It's not unfortunate. It's not unfortunate at all. I haven't done it yet. I probably won't. I would have if I was your age.
I know a lot of people that are like that.
Yeah,
they're like, I don't want to play indoor. It's not my cup of tea.
It's not that I don't want to. It's just, I don't think I have the energy for it anymore.
A lot of people, which I understand, is to drive.
Yes.
2 hours plus to at least an hour to the closest indoor field.
Yeah.
So it's like, you really got to commit. No, it's still to advance is an hour 20.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of extreme.
Extreme's 2 hours from my
here,
house.
yeah. From you, yeah, it's like 2.5 from here.
Yeah, so you're 2.5, pushing almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta really commit to taking a full day or 2 days to go do it. It's like, why would you do that when you can go 15 minutes down the road and play in the woods with your buddies and
15 minutes. I can go 15
well,
seconds.
in your case, you can walk out your back door in your budandis and play in your backyard.
What's a budandi?
Your underwear.
Oh, budandis. All right. Okay, I haven't heard that. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's a me and Basil thing. Basil,
Skivvies.
Skivvies.
Skivvy
Yeah,
Onions.
your skivvies. Yep, we say your skivvies.
So this is a new question. You'll be the first person to have asked this. Give me, off the top of your head, I'm sure you have plenty, but what is your favorite personal airsoft story?
My favorite personal airsoft story
Yeah.
had to have been last year at AMS, the past season, because we're sitting there and it's quiet as a church mouse, and we're attacking the night building, and all of a sudden you hear someone say, "Light it up!" and you turn around and it looked like somebody turned on the fucking sun. There was flashlights from everywhere, just pop, 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 and you're just like, what the I didn't realize there was this many people standing around me, and it went from pitch black to looked like the sun was on you. There was 50 people standing there. It was just like, holy shit, dude, that just scared the shit out of me. And then they're attacking us, and somebody decided to lob a grenade at me. I then got the bright idea to pick the grenade up and try throwing it back at them. So
Were you successful?
Oh no, it blew up in my hand. I picked it up, and it's funny is Lenny, Little Goose, is there with me, and he's sitting in the corner. And it's funny because I talk about this all the time. I picked the grenade up and threw it back, and as it left my hand, it blew up, and I go to turn, and Lenny's face in the corner like this. Just and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, what? It went bang. And I'm like, yeah, it's a grenade, dude. It's going to do that.
Bang.
He's like, I was like, do you see the flash? And he's like, yeah. I go, great, you survived a grenade. You're dead. What the hell? And he's like, oh, I got scared for a second, and I was like, bro, you were literally face first in a corner, like full on covering. I was like, you were petrified.
Dude, maybe Lenny's had a lot of real grenades thrown at him.
He's like, man, I thought you were gonna lose a finger, and I'm like, I had a glove on. I would have felt it come off of my glove. I didn't feel no wound. We're fine. He's like, that's not something you're supposed. I was like,
we had Hazard do that, and I got it on film, or not film. I always say I got it on film. Got it on camera last season at the game you guys were at for the captain's game.
yep.
And we were in that building, and a grenade came in, and I looked down, and Hadger he's kneeling down, grabs it, and just throws it, and he was successful, and it blew up outside the door, and I was like, God, that's awesome, good for you. So
it's dedicated. And I tell people, you see a grenade, your either option is you better run or you got to throw it back. You got to be quick because you only got 3 seconds, and you're
yeah.
I've seen instances where guys are going to reach down and pick it up, and they're like, so I'm like, dude, you kick the fucking thing, do something, don't just stand there and look at it, because it's gonna blow up whether you want it to or not.
Yep. That's awesome. I can imagine. And so you were on the receiving end of the light 'em up, huh?
Oh yeah.
That must have been cool as hell.
It was cool to see because you're standing there and you're just like, okay, it's quiet, it's pitch black, and then you hear that word come up and you just look over and it's just flashlights across the board. And then the BB start coming and you're just like, oh, now we're in the fight. Okay, it was quiet for too long, and when it gets really quiet, some shit's brewing and you know it's coming. Yeah, it's way
quiet.
too quiet.
It's quiet. It's too quiet. Now that's something that Airsoft, it always just baffles me and amazes me. Talking to Derek Chase last week, homeboy's got tanks.
Great guy.
Guy.
I was sitting in this call last night and I'm like, do you work on him? And he's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, can I help? And he's like, absolutely, come up in the springtime whenever you guys want to work on shit. Awesome.
He's an awesome guy that really loves the community, and
he does so much more than just airsoft. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
He's like, we do trail. He's like, I set up off-road trails for like people in their overlanding vehicles.
Wait till you watch his interview and see what else he does. He is
a man of
a wonderful guy and does a lot of things, and he was great to sit with, as has everybody has been, and really getting to meet these people in the community. It's so cool how much these people have to offer our community and how much knowledge they bring from so many other facets of life into the sport. You know, he's talking about helicopters and tanks, and you're just like, for BB gun wars.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's what we're doing. We're having BB gun wars.
We're not doing anything cool.
And this yes we are. And this homeboy turned a tank turret gun into a tag-in launcher.
Hold on. You gotta tell everybody we're not doing anything cool, because then everybody's gonna want to come and join us.
Sorry, man. I think our secret's out. I think I'm very sorry.
Unfortunately.
I think it's on its way out. And
We got to keep it a secret as long as we can, though.
I gotta tell you, man. I think, and Derek said it really well last week. You better keep your attitude in check, or the community will shun you pretty damn quick.
Absolutely.
You know,
And
like,
I can attest to it, being the guy that runs the pages that do it.
yeah,
I will allow it to happen. I've had people
Yeah.
message me and be like, I don't want this on Facebook. And I'm like, well, sucks to suck. You shouldn't have been a dickhead in the first place. We're a small community, and if you're an asshole and people post about it, I'm going to leave it up there, because I personally, like, people
Yeah,
should
dude,
know.
yeah, you
If
gotta
you're
be
a dick
accountable.
in this small community, you need to be held accountable
Yeah.
for it. And you can't be the asshole and then think everyone's going to be friends with you and play well.
How about this? How about this, Manny? Someone put something up. Oh my God! I shouldn't have put that up. Take it down. Take it down. Erase it like it never happened. Well, how about you fucking learn something and apologize?
Yeah.
How about you man the fuck up or woman the fuck up and grow the fuck up and say, you know what? I'm really sorry that I said that, and it wasn't right of me to do. That's being accountable, and right there, you're that feeling of having to eat crow. You're gonna remember that feeling, and it's
Absolutely.
gonna keep you from doing other stupid shit in your life later on. It's called learning, guys. If you do something stupid, apologize for it, and mean it, and move on.
Be accountable. That's the
People
biggest thing.
are forgiving, and they're even more forgiving when you're able to own up to your mistakes, because everybody makes them. No matter who it is, people make mistakes. Own up to your mistakes, learn from them, move on.
The problem is when you try to lie and hide your mistakes and be like, well, I didn't do that. It happened this way. It doesn't matter. It happened. Whether it was an accidental thing or you did it intentionally, it happened.
Yeah.
Get over it and move on from it and learn it. I learned from that. I will be a better person the next time around, and no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they don't do that. They'll sit there and hide behind it and be like, take it down, it's all this or that. And it's like, no. You're going to learn from this experience, because it's not a, well, it's just a Facebook. No, it's a real life consequence, because you're an asshole. That guy's not going to want to hang out with you at an airsoft field. That field's not going to want you to come back, because they don't want that bad publicity at a field. Like, we've had instances, and I'm not going to name names of the
please
fields or anything like that, but we've had bad people in the community, and you shunned them out, and then they're like, well, I'm not allowed at the community, I'm not allowed at the fields, I got to go play in other states. And it's like, well, you did something horrendous and inappropriate at a field, or whatever it may be, the case may be. Why would they want you back there? It's a business.
And did that person humble themselves and correct the problem? Because there's the thing. If you humble yourself and admit you're wrong and you're sorry for it, show that you're sorry and deal with that shunning for as long as the community wants to do it, but keep going back and being a better person and show them, you know what, I have changed. And you got to be patient to let those people invite you back in, because there's going to be someone that sees it, that sees you, that you put the work in, that you actually mean that you're sorry, and they're like, hey, you know what? Manny may have fucked up last year, but he's really come around. He really learned from his mistake. Of course, I'm just using it as an example. But when you make the mistake and you don't do anything to correct it, you don't humble yourself at all to that community.
You just go and try to avoid it. Yeah.
Yeah, then you're going to stay that way. And you even thought of it even more of an asshole.
We've had instances on social medias where people are doing something they're not supposed to, and rather than being, hey, I fucked up, I should have been, they just go and will undo everything they've done. Like, we don't already have pictures and or know about it and or are talking about it, and then they're like, well, that never happened. Where's the picture? And it's like, well, here's the picture. Well, I'm not doing that now. Well, that wasn't me. That was a fake account. And I'm like, really? Because you can see where you deleted your follow and your messages. Clear as day, your name deleted a message to me, so you're trying to hide it.
Yep.
Be a man about it. Hey, I shouldn't have been doing that. It's a bad decision. I learned from that. I moved on. Great. That's all I want to hear. Take accountability for what you do. Because if you don't take accountability, then I won't feel bad spraying you with a saw, because I'm going to be like, you're an asshole, I'll be an asshole, and I will win and make you not want to play Airsoft no more. And it's a bad thing to say, and I don't like doing that to people. I like bringing people into the community, but if you're a bad person, I'm going to do my damnedest to get you the fuck out. Yeah. Because there's just too many bad people in this world nowadays, and they ruin way too much things.
And that's the thing that people need to understand, as probably with most communities, but I know this community's very partial to it, is we are doing this to escape the reality that's around us every day, which is shit all the time in the world.
Absolutely.
You're watching the news, anyone who's awake to anything knows that shit's messed up in the world today. And that is where we're going to pause this. And I have no idea what the fuck I was talking about before that camera went off.
Words.
There were words being said. I
think we've
remember.
been off topic about
It's okay.
half the time now,
It's
so
okay.
we just shooting from the hip on this one, buddy.
As you saw earlier, or heard and saw, depending, we all have ADHD in this community, so I hope you enjoy.
It's all over the place.
Going all over the place. All right, so what are your go-to pieces of kit, sir?
My go-to piece of a kit is an LMG.
No.
Oh, are you referring to just kit? Like
kit, not replica. That's
so,
the next question. Don't
So
jump
my
in.
go-to piece of kit would have to be a plate carrier.
Okay.
I've tried chest rigs and all these other things. I personally don't like them. I feel like I'm too exposed in them. I like the plate carriers because of like my ribs and getting a little extra protection there. I feel like the ribs are one of the worst spots to get hit.
It is.
So having that little extra thickness of padding and being able to put extra padding and stuff there and strap stuff to it really is a little bit of a benefit to me because I'm in the shit a lot.
Yeah.
So
As an LMG gunner, it's
I
expected.
kind of like having that. Like, and don't get me wrong, I've seen guys with chest rigs and I've ran them at a couple events, but it's not my cup of tea. I'm through and through a plate carrier guy. Whether it be the middle of the summertime or winter time, I'll always have my plate carrier on.
Okay.
I was actually looking at building a new one last night, an Agilite K19, but I really can't justify dropping almost $700 on a whole setup between everything. It's like, that's the cost of a new gun. I could float a new gun, but I really don't want my guns. Like, why? I'm like,
It's kit.
it's kit. I've got a cheap Condora plate carrier that with a Haley strategic bag, and the bag was $200 something, and I was like, that's the most expensive piece of kit that I own.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go drop $600 and something on an Agilite setup just for airsoft. I was like, it's a little hard of a pill to swallow.
And that's totally fair. That's totally fair. So, what's your favorite platform to run?
LMGs,
Yeah.
by far.
I don't think we've heard about them yet today. Please explain.
So my LMG is what I named it, the Gray Shark,
Ooh.
because when I run the LMG, like people have experienced, you guys have experienced, I swim in the gray area a lot. Not in the way of doing it the wrong way and breaking the rules. I just look at it and go, okay, your rules are this. I'm going to set my LMG to your rule maximum and play your rules to the T. So if you say 35 RPS, that's what my gun's getting set to. I'm not going to give you 30. It's not a, well, I'm going to go 5 under. No, none of that. No. You give me clear-cut rules, and I'm going to make sure that my gun is set to those rules. So when people do complain, I don't want to hear it. Your rules are what I set my gun to, and that's perfectly legal. It's a Gray Shark because, like Clawhammer, perfect example. Random guy in the middle, you're cheating. I need to see your gun. And he wasn't a ref. He wasn't a cadre. He was just a player. And I was like, okay, no problem. Popped it open, let him see it. Great. I'm like, the rule says 30. That's what I set my stuff to. They don't like it. Change the rules.
Yep.
And then I will change my setup. Until then, I play by the rules given to me. I just like to make sure my rules are. I'm stepping on the line.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah,
The gray
exactly.
area.
I've made, and this is a little bit of a piece to me. Some people think it's an asshole move. I have made RPC adjust their rules because for the longest time, RPC Airsoft was 45 a second full auto with LMGs. That was until I started bringing LMGs that could do 45 a second full auto, and then customers are like, people are like, what the fuck? That's not fair no more. And my response is, well, build one.
Yeah.
You could build one. I'm just the only one that's dumb enough to go, yeah, that's fine. I can
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out
get
later.
Your
It
45
works.
right here. That's awesome. This is a question that's also new this season that I've enjoyed asking. I think some people so who we've asked. So I want you to listen to the question. Okay, the question's not if you could play any field in the world, airsoft field in the world, where would it be? The question is if you could play airsoft anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Doesn't have to be another airsoft field. You can pick an airsoft field if you want to. But if you could play anywhere in the world, where would you want to play?
If I could play airsoft anywhere in the world, not including airsoft fields.
Anywhere. You can. It can be including airsoft fields.
Okay.
It could literally be anywhere though. On top of Mount Everest, knock yourself out. I wouldn't want to play there, but I'm just saying.
Me personally,
Yeah.
Yosemite National Park.
Ooh.
Because of all of the different terrains you see there, from the mountains to the flat plains to the cliffs to the trees area, the forest. Like, I think that would be such a crazy
That's a
area to
great
play.
choice. You gotta watch out for the super volcano, though.
That's what I've heard, and
Right? You gotta watch out for that.
I've heard a lot of things,
I
but-
mean, that would be one hell of an end to an airsoft game.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, 30 people in Yosemite and the super volcanoes goes off, and we're airsoft, and
You're not
it's
even
fake.
gonna know, bro.
Nope, you're
You're
dead.
gonna
You're fake.
vaporize. See you
I'm
later.
good. We're having fun. And
That's a good choice. That's a good choice. What time of year?
probably, if I had to say, early fall or like middle of October.
What's your favorite time to play, like actual reality airsoft? What's your favorite time of year to play?
Beginning of fall.
Right? Oh,
I'm a fall guy.
So
I was
am I,
born in
yeah.
October, so I'm a fall, winter,
Yeah.
early guy. I'm in that transitional period.
Yeah.
I love the fall time. It's nice and cool. It's
Yeah.
not hot. It's not too cold. It's nice where I can walk around in a t-shirt and a hoodie and be like, all right, I'm good. I'm comfortable. I can work in this. I can airsoft in this. It doesn't hurt that bad.
yeah.
If you airsoft in the middle of the summertime, you're sweating bullets. You want to get your plate carrier that's now soaked in sweat off. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm having fun. Am I miserable? Sometimes. Do I want to do this all the time? No.
Yeah.
And in the wintertime, you're 90s. If you're playing outside, you're freezing. And you can use hot hands and dress, but eventually you're like, how much clothes do I have to put on before this is like, all right, I'm still cold.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't help.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. We've asked this question, and we're going to continue asking it because I think it's important. What would you like to see more of in the airsoft community, or either New England or just the airsoft community in general?
What I would like to see more of, and this is going to sound a little weird, is more friendships.
In somewhere to go.
More places, because I notice a lot of people in the community are very to themselves, or a small group of people, or their buddies that they've known forever, and you don't really see guys like we did this year. Never met a team before, and you go hang out with them, and then you become friends with them, and now you've guys like we have in Valkyrie Directive and Dark Detachment, where you guys are basically like family. Like, I could call you guys at any time, and I know if I needed a favor, you do it.
Yeah.
You don't see that. And that to me is kind of like the biggest, that's the biggest turnoff, because a lot of people come to this looking for community and friends and somebody that enjoys the passion with them. And unless you just happen to stumble upon an event where everybody's there doing that, you go to a walk-on, you're going to see 30 people, but they're all talking to the person that they know they came with and nobody else. They're not really interacting with each other. They're not making the community any bigger. They're just keeping it alive.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we could keep something alive for forever, but how long does it before it's like, well, the quality of life is not there, and
Yeah.
guys, look for that, and I look for that.
And I think that a lot of the people in the community do, and how much you get out of the community when that is your drive is amazing. I said it right before the cameras came on, is that's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of these interviews. And if we hadn't done this, you guys wouldn't have come and played up last summer, because you guys came up to play last summer because Matty came up for an interview and we talked about you guys coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's how the community builds.
Right, and that is so important in any community in life, but I know it's very important to the airsoft community, and I think we're going to be able to really make some changes towards that. Always have open lines of communication with the teams for any reason, because shit's going to happen. Not all relationships are perfect all the time.
Absolutely.
Any relationship in life, but it's important that, Austin, myself, or some other guys on the Death Eaters have really good relationships, open line of communication. Guys from your team say if something does come up, like, hey, Grizz, dude, so-and-so, there was a problem, and I need to talk to you about it. Great, let's talk. Rather than, hey man, your guy's a fucking asshole.
Absolutely.
that you're gonna push that kind of, that's gonna come off. Then that's gonna be the same thing coming back to you. It's not gonna be, oh, I'm sorry, I'm a fucking asshole. Can you
How
please
can I be friends with
explain
you?
to me,
Yeah,
please?
exactly.
No, it's gonna be like, fuck you.
Absolutely. agree
So
with you.
if you go have an open line of communication with someone on the team, with other teams at all times, and you conduct yourself well, that community is gonna grow, and there's gonna be trust in those relationships, and you gotta have trust, and you gotta have care. And that's how that's going to grow. And I couldn't agree more that more friendships are absolutely important.
And that's, speaking of more friendships, funny enough, being a part of the Mobros, we kind of go off 4 basic mottos.
Yeah.
It's more brothers, more friendships, more experiences, and more community.
Yep.
That's the life and everything else, we get that. We're not the type of guys that are like, won't name names,
Yeah.
but hey, you got to be here. No, we don't. Hey man, I had something come up. I'm not going to make the event. Okay, no
life.
problem. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I'm not great. You know, I can't play this year. I got too much going on. I don't think I'm going to make it to any events. Cool. You still want to, we're having a barbecue. If you want to come up for the barbecue, you don't have to not interact with us because you're not showing up for an event. That's not what this is about.
No, it's friendships.
Even on or off the field. It's,
Yep.
hey, look, we're going here. You guys want to come up if we're in the area? You want to go for a drink? You want to go do something off the field? We do events off. We go to
Yep.
Deerfield Fair every year in September. We're planning a trip to K1 Speed, which is a go-kart place indoors. So we, it's also like, yes, a lot of it plays to being on the field and in the AO and the event and in that time, but you also got to carry that same motto off the field with the people that you interact with, because it's like, yeah, I could be best friends with you on the field, but what about off the field? You want to get to know that person outside of Airsoft because
Yep.
they're a whole different person.
Yeah. And it's really important to have that family feeling, and it's really important to go off the field with your teammates because that's how you learn about each other. That's how you get to
Absolutely.
know each other. It was the Imperials. We had a team we interviewed last year. They go to Vegas every year, once or twice to go to Comic-Con. Was it Comic-Con? Right? How cool! I mean, that's awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone gets to go, but they make it a team thing. Like, we're going to Vegas, and
That's cool as shit.
right? And that's just so important, man, those friendships, because those friendships are going to be far outside of just Airsoft on the field stuff.
Absolutely.
Like you said, barbecues. We also do a family event every year that our families come to
Yeah.
and get to meet each other, because we spend a lot of time, A, with one another, and B, talking about one another. And, for your families or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, they should know these people that you're talking about
Yeah.
and why they take up so much of your attention.
My girlfriend is first one to attest to that. 'Cause
Right.
I get it all the time. If I'm not airsofting, I'm talking about it, or I'm talking to someone, and she's like, "Who is this now?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is," like, for the longest time, Ghost,
Yep.
the captain. She did not know Ghost's real name. She knew Ghost by Ghost. So like
The
one
call
day,
signs.
call signs. That's it. So one day Ghost is at the house and he's acting up, and I'm like, "Lucas, stop being an idiot." And he's like, she's like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Who's
she's
Lucas?
like, "Who's Lucas?" And I'm like, "Ghost." And she's like, "Oh wait, that's his real name?" And I'm like, "Yeah, his real name's Lucas." She's like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I've only ever known him as Ghost." And I'm like, "Yeah, see," I'm like, "You don't." I was like, if I say their call sign, you'd be like, "Yeah, I know who that guy is." But if I look at you and be like, "Jordan, Lucas," and you're like, "Who's that?" I don't remember which one that one looks like. Which one is like? I've done it with Jordan from Death Eaters. He come over to my house for my birthday and we hung out. And she's like, "Which one is that?" And I'm like, "That's Jordan from Death Eaters." And she's like, "The one with the white hair?" And I'm like, "Yes, the one with the white hair."
Yeah,
And
it does stick out.
She's like, "Okay, I know who he is now.
Yeah.
It makes sense." And I'm like, I was like, "Do I have to give you call signs?" And she's like, "Yeah, I only really remember their call signs."
He's
Started telling
daddy,
me
right?
names.
Yeah, he has got the
He's daddy.
the daddy patch, and we're like, yeah, that just fits.
And then Cam's little one. I call Cam my little gremlin.
He adopted Monster. That was voted on. His call sign is Monster.
I told Jordan, I was like, "I'm gonna take that little boy and make him a mean saint." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "I've heard he wants to play HPA LMG rolling." He's like, "He does want to play an LMG roll." And I was like, "Great, I'm gonna form you my own little monster that you guys can have
If he
to play
ends up
with."
like you as an LMG, you just go right ahead. You
Oh,
just
no,
go
he's
do
gonna-
what you need to do.
He's gonna, I promise you.
No,
That's
dude,
the
I don't-
goal.
I don't-
He's gonna be a little me running around, but he's gonna have a Death Eaters patch on the front, and I'm gonna be like,
It's something
From
also
afar.
to go back to what you were saying. This is off topic, but it's something that needs to be talked about. You were saying earlier, you hear about some teams that are like, you're not allowed to go play any of their events other than the events that this team's going to play at when we're going to play at, right? And I've thought about this because, like, we're getting closer as teams, and I was like, well, dude, what if at some point one of the Death Eaters want to go play for the Mobros instead, or what if one of the Mobros wanted to play for the Death Eaters instead? Would that cause a problem for me? And I was like, you know what? As long as it's on good terms, no, it really wouldn't. Like like Jordan, or I'm not saying Jordan would do this or Cam, but I just come up with these scenarios in my head because I'm a psycho. But I'm like, would that bother me? And I was like, you know what, dude? Absolutely not. If it's on good terms, I just hope that if anybody at any point would want to leave our team for another team, they would be like, hey man, this is because of this. They do more events that I'm interested in or whatever. I'm like, dude, good. That's awesome for you. I just hope that you've had a good experience here. And I hope that we still see you again. You know what I mean? Right? I don't think it should be people have different lives. Well, it could be drives, it could be scheduling, it could be whatever, and I think it's just really important to have an understanding where people are coming from.
I agree. And speaking of that, we've actually had this instance happen on the Mobros before I started. There was a guy named Cuddy who joined us.
You're good, man. You're good.
That's the only little blood I'm going to give
Yeah.
you. But he joined us. He played with us for a couple years. Very great guy. He still is. Still great friends of the team. And he's like, hey, look, I live out here. I want to go run with this team who's also we're great friends with out there. We were like, go right ahead. Have fun. Whatever. We appreciate you coming on board with us. We love, you'll always be good friends with us. And we still see him at events. And every time we do them, it's, how's it going? We'll shake hands, high fives. There's no need for drama. Like you said, as long as it's on good terms and you're an adult about it, be like, hey, look, they're closer to me. They do more events that I want to go to. Then it's understandable.
Yeah.
We get it. Not everyone's going to be able to make the drive. We have some guys that are driving from Western Mass to come out and play, and it's like, man, that's a long ride.
Speaking of Jordan and Cam drive. For
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
They leave the house at 5 in the morning.
No, I know. I gotta tell you, man. And when I've said it before, I don't know I think I said it in our captain's fireside little thing there. I was talking to Jordan on camera, and I was like, so how do you like being on the Death Eaters? And he's like, it's the best thing I've ever done in my life. And I've heard it from some other guys, and like, what a compliment, to have someone feel that deeply about something that you're a part of. It's just, I gotta tell you, man, I'm not gonna say I'm like gonna cry over it, but it's just like, I have a deep appreciation for the care they have for what they're a part of.
Because it validates that what you're doing actually is working. And I don't want to be the one to say it, but there are a lot of people that in the community know about the Death Eaters because you guys have been around 10 plus years. You guys may be a local name, like you guys play here and you don't really go to events a lot, but I can promise you when you guys come to events, because we've been it with Cam and we've saw it with Jordan at RPC, you guys are known. There are a lot of people that are like, wait, you're on the Death Eaters? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm a Mobro. They're Death Eaters. And they're like, wait, we know about you guys. And they're like, yeah, we play. And they're like, what are you guys doing here? And we're like, we just want to play. And they're like, oh, we didn't. And I'm like, why? You guys surprised to see us because we're from Maine and New Hampshire? And they're like, yeah. No, we don't. A lot of people, they may think that we're small-minded because we're community-wise.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask people in the community, hey, do you know the Death Eaters? Have you heard of the Death Eaters? Have you heard of Mobros? Everyone's going to be yes, especially in this area.
Well, like, I think, I don't know if I remember said it before, but like, the Mobros were the first local team that I found on YouTube. And it was actually those YouTube videos that I was like, I should get some fucking cameras. That'd be cool.
It's funny, 90% of that footage was mostly Matt. And
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was Matty Mo. And it was so cool. Like, when I saw Matty Mo, I was like, oh, that's Matty Mo. Hey. You know what I mean? Not like in a weird way, but I was just like, I know him from the YouTube stuff. And I can absolutely say the same with you guys, is that everyone knows, in our New England community knows who the fucking Mobros are, and that's cool. I don't remember how we got in this conversation. Right? ADHD.
Oh, we were talking about how you said there was a scenario that of like
Jordan
right.
No, that's not. I just used Jordan because we were talking about him.
Don't worry, Jordan. We're
No,
not talking about
no.
you. We're just an example.
And as far as like the Death Eaters, I'm
if
sure
somebody wanted to leave the team and go somewhere else that they're close with,
and for as I'm sure it's probably the same with Mobros, the only really someone who joins our team is they are welcome to play for as long as they want to play with them. I don't care if they move away. They are a Death Eater always to us. As long as it's on good terms. If you come to play with us or an event or whatever and you're running with us and you start treating people like shit, we're not going to be like, dude, fuck off. We're not going to invite you. We're not going to be like, it's not going to be, we're not going to make a production out of it. You're just going to know because we're going to be
you're just going to slowly drift away. And
not slowly.
That's it.
You're just not going to be invited. That's the way it is.
We're the same way. We've got guys that are in the Army active duty right now in California, Italy, all over. We've got a guy that's in the naval forces that's living in Virginia full time, and we travel down there every year, at least once a year, to see him. Keith and TU did it last year in October. They went down to Ballahack for an event. Them two. We're now planning a big team event to go down and see him because the guy's still a Mobro. He's still on the team.
That's
He's
what I'm
still in
saying.
the chat.
That's what I'm saying.
Anytime we have a video call, he'll jump in the audio call with the team meetings, and any chance he gets, he tries to be a part, but he lives 10, 12 hours away. It's kind of hard, and with him working in the military and being what he does, it's like he can't just get up and leave and go airsoft, and it's a planned out, methodical. He's got wife, he's got kids, he's got responsibilities, and it's part of it.
Yeah.
But as long as you actively communicate, you're a member of us for life. We're not going to be like, well, you moved away, you're not allowed
See
to
you
play
later.
that. Yeah, no. We've got guys that are talking about moving to Colorado, and we're like, hey, what are you going to do? Oh, well, I'm going to come back and play. Like, just because I'm moving doesn't mean I don't want to continue to be a mobile. I'm like, you can be a bro as long as you want. We're not going to tell you you have to leave because you no longer live in the state or whatever. That's not what this is about.
It's funny that we bring this up. Because we're going to be dealing with this
When you go to California.
very soon for the first time. So, when you leave, Lukey, which, by the time that this goes up, you're going to be gone.
Unfortunately.
You're very unfortunate. Are you still going to be a Death Eater in your mind?
Why wouldn't I be?
Exactly. You're going to be missed deeply. Just want to say that. Okay. So, what would you like to see less of in the airsoft community besides Luke leaving to California?
What I would like to see less of is arguments. I've noticed a lot of arguments at airsoft fields and in general, whether it be on or off the field, could be solved with a simple conversation. You get hot in the moment. We all do. I'm the first one to say I am super competitive. I don't like to lose.
Yep.
If I'm losing, you'll know because I won't say nothing. And if you get in my way, my response is going to be get the fuck out of my way and let me do it my fucking self.
Yep.
Because if I'm losing, I'm not having fun. But the problem with that is when now me and, say, for you, for example, we're on the team, I know you're the same way as me. You like to win. Two heavy competitive guys are going at it. There's going to be heat there. But you got to remember, this is just a game.
Yep.
This is a hobby. This is not real life. This is not life or death. If I lose, what is it going to change? Nothing. Nothing changes. I'm not going to lose a fucking finger or nothing. Nothing changes. I don't lose a buddy. This is a real war, as bad as to say. This is not nothing. This is a game.
Yeah, that's the
Take a breath.
Yeah.
You may need to take 5 minutes and walk away and then come back to the conversation. Do that. But a lot of these arguments that people have and whatever can be solved by a simple conversation. Hey, I don't like how you handled that because of the way you did this. I saw this. You were treating this kid wrong because of the way you shouldn't have handled it like that. You don't like that? That's fine. But take that accountability and be honest with it and have the conversation, because you may learn that there's something that you didn't realize was going on behind you that was causing the scenario that you're trying to deal with now because of these two guys are in a battle fight. You're dead, and you think this guy's just shooting you because you're dead and he's just being mindless.
So time out. This sounds like a conversation an LMG gunner has had a couple times, maybe. Like maybe you just killed somebody, right?
Once or twice.
Let me just play this out. You took someone out, and there were guys behind that guy, like maybe 20 feet, but he's facing you, so he doesn't know they're there. So you continue to shoot, and that guy that you just shot is like, "Yo, I'm dead. I'm hit. You're overshooting me." But not realizing that there's 2 or 3 guys.
It's happened to me a lot of times, and I will say this.
Sounds familiar.
I have been on the receiving end of that, and I have been on the giving end of that.
Yeah.
There have been instances where I'd be the first one, or I get shot at first because I'm the LMG gunner, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, I'm dead, you're wasting ammo, stop fucking shooting me, not realizing that half of my team is 20 feet behind me, using me as a meat shield, and I can't turn up. So I'm screaming at you like an asshole,
Yep.
and you're like, bro,
Good ownership, man.
there's 20 people behind you. I'm not overshooting you. I just don't know that. I can't turn around and be like, oh, okay. One, dead men don't move and dead men don't talk.
So you can surmise from that just shut the fuck up when you get shot, and if you keep getting shot, wave your rag a little more or get the hell out of the way.
Exactly.
That's allowed. Take your shot.
10
You can move
out of the
and move
direction.
way. Yeah.
Me personally, I'll tell everybody, fucking shoot me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to run up on me and safety kill me. I'd rather you shoot me. Especially my friends and strangers. I don't care. I pay to play the sport.
Yep.
I know what this is going to feel like. We all pay the same reason that we know what's going to happen. Let it happen. I would much feel comfortable you running up on me and shooting me. Be point blank, pop once. Be respectful. You don't have to be a dickhead about it. Give me one. I'll gladly call it and walk away. but there's no need for the fight about it. You could, and I've seen it happen plenty of times because the guy's like, well, I didn't feel it, or I'm not calling it. It's like, so what? Walk back, come back.
That's the thing. You respawn, man. You know.
Hell, you could sit there and look at the guy next to you who happens to be a medic, and all he's got to do is go, count to 60 seconds, and then you're back in the fight.
Right,
What was that? A minute of complaining for nothing.
People need to chill the hell out. And I'm going to continue asking those two questions because, and I've said this in quite a few interviews, so I'm sorry if you guys actually listen to this continually to each interview because you keep hearing this. But I think it's one of the most important part of these is that majority of these interviews are echoing each other with these last two questions. You know?
Yeah.
What do you want to see more of in Airsoft? Community, friendships, right? What do you want to see less of? The fucking attitudes, the fucking dramatics. It's a fucking BB war. Shut the hell up.
And that's what it comes down to. And that's the problem is, like, a lot of people let their egos and their attitudes get in the way of it being truly just a fucking BB war.
You shouldn't have any fucking ego.
Exactly.
You're playing a fucking BB war.
Like,
You're a fucking nerd.
I tell all my friends that are getting into the sport, and I've told them the same thing. Before I even bring you onto the field, I'm going to shoot you with one of my airsoft guns. Because when you get shot the first couple of times, it's a moment where you're like, fuck. Like, it takes a couple seconds, and I'll be the first one to say, it takes a minute to get used to getting shot with a BB gun. It's not that really isn't. And the first couple times, you could be like, it's either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it.
Yep.
But I don't want to see you have a sour taste in your mouth because you thought, it ain't going to be that bad. And then you walk onto a field and there's 300 people there with setups that make you feel like a child. And now you're like, well, this isn't fun for me. Well, it is fun, but they've invested the money because they've already made that decision of, this is what I want to do. This is the hobby that I enjoy and I want to pursue. You don't realize that.
Yeah.
You're still figuring that out, and that's fine. But don't be sitting there trying to be the ruiner for everybody else. Be a part of the community. Hey, I tell people this. I did it with Cam. I have no problem loaning my stuff out to people. And people are like, Manny, you've got 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, like $100 setups, $1,000 setups, and you'll just let somebody use it. And I'm like, yeah, so what? I don't care. If it breaks, it breaks.
So next time you come up to the Death Eaters field,
absolutely. You want to run the LNG? I'm not even joking.
I don't even know if I can.
I'll gladly. I've got the setup. You can run. I'll even strap it on your back. You're not gonna have to do nothing. Just feed it.
All right.
We did it with Cam.
All right.
I have no
if
problem.
Cam can do it, this Cam can do it, right?
I have no problem. I tell him, you have no problem using. You want to run something that I own? Go right ahead. It breaks. I'll fucking fix it.
That's awesome.
It's a part of it. It's a community experience. I buy guns that a lot of people don't own. How many times have we seen a minigun?
Right. Oh my god, that was awesome.
I run around with a Classic Army M134 minigun, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
My favorite part of that clip. Every time I watch it, I fucking laugh. Wait. Hey, Letty, where are you little bitch? Where's my little toy?
I love Letty.
I fucking die but it's when you say it, you just hear, fuck you!
That's me and Lenny's relationship.
I know, but it's awesome. And you
Lenny's
can tell
a
that
great guy,
dynamic.
yeah.
You know, going to shooting somebody that's never played, and I think it's a great call. We were at, I think it was 2 Clawhammers ago, and I was in a building, and we were getting swarmed, if you recall this, Austin. And it was Team Op 4 was coming up on us fast, and we were going down fast. And someone popped into a window that's, not even 10 feet from where I was, and my back's turned towards it, right? And he pops me, and I'm like, motherfucker! And when he came around the corner, he's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm like, dude, no. That was just a reaction.
It's just
that was just a reaction. I
reaction.
was not expecting it. And I think it was Irish gave me a tap on the head. I'm sorry, man. I'm like, no, dude, you're good. Yeah, sometimes you're going to hear that. Like, it scared the shit out of me.
I did that when you shot me in the lip. I was like, that motherfucker. I'm over there holding my lip. And someone from the Death Eaters is like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just, give me a second.
Yeah.
He's like, you missing a tooth? You missing? I'm like, nah, I've got it all. I'm good. I need a second, you know?
Again, I was not aiming for
I know.
face.
I understand. And that's why I wasn't mad. I get it.
The crosshairs on the video, that's added after.
That's fine.
It was
a gorgeous shot. I can't even be mad if it wasn't because it's so perfectly placed right on the perfect of my lip.
I may have been aiming at you.
I wasn't mad. I was not mad. I know the risk that I run not running a lower face shield. I think
to be very honest, if you look at the clip, I think that's really. I think you were like this up.
Oh no, I was waist up.
Were you waist up?
So if you watch,
Because
what happened was
I aim center mass.
right before that clip happened. I'm looking at Matty Mo because I'm shooting Matty Mo with my LMG. And as I go to turn, because I know you're coming out that door, you're looking at me and I just feel whap. And I'm like, oh, damn, I was not fast enough. He saw, and that's when I really sat there and I'm like, who the fuck was that? And then I seen you step clear and I'm like, and it was Grizz. God damn it, dude.
Yeah, I gave you one of these.
Yeah, I saw the little finger wave and I was like,
that's my signature wave right there. Hello.
And the guy's like, you're not mad? I'm like, no, he got a good shot, dude. I was like, from that far away, he was able to hit me in the lip. I was like, props to him. I can't even be mad.
I watched that clip, and I gotta tell you, there's very few clips where I'm like, yeah, dude, good job, Cam. I shot you, and then Squatch goes, Cam, does that window go down? Or Chris, whatever and I'm like, yeah. He's like, there's someone over there. I'm like, okay. Drop the window, and there's Basil.
Probably on the other side.
Is it Basil? Yeah. And he's out there, and I just shoot him, and I'm like, yeah, that's 2 in like less than a minute. I'll take that. That never happens. It's never that, but,
that window that you have that folds down.
Yeah.
The one that Squatch was hiding behind. Funny little instance. After you shot me in the lip, I get respawned and I come back from around the direction and you guys are still in that building now. I push on the corner directly across from it. I am shooting into the building with a burst of full auto ripping and I can hear Squatch go, hey, you want to be grateful about friendly fire? And I'm like, why? He cracks the window down. I hit the window at the perfect time, and the BB's just launched straight up into his face. And I peppered him in the bottom of his chin and his lip. He's like, Manny, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? And he's like, dude, I cracked the window just as the BBs hit it, and just the angle just sprayed me in the face. And I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, I didn't feel bad. That was my choice playing with the window.
So I think it was Keegan that was out there and kept tapping the window, and Squatch and I were on it. And I think he was dead. At the time, I didn't know he was out, but he kept tapping the window.
So he got killed. Squatch killed him. And then what Squatch didn't realize was right where Keegan was, right here there was a medic. So Squatch killed him. The medic reached over and revived Keegan.
Oh, thank God.
So Keegan was alive the whole time.
He wasn't, because I put the barrel of my gun out the window and I fucking whap, 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 and he goes, oh, what the hell? I just got shot in the face.
Yeah, that was when you first shot him, because he kept tapping the window after the fact. And Squatch was like, Keegan, you're dead. Stop. And he's like, I'm not dead. I got revived. Like, what are you talking? That's why I'm like, Keegan, is there a medic next to you? And I look over and there's literally guys. And I'm like, yeah, he's alive, bro. He's not dead. I'm like, no, you don't see the medic on the other side of the wall that's tapping him in the leg.
That makes me happy to know, because I thought he was dead. But a lot of these videos, you can't hear that little banter just from the thing. You have to have headphones on to really hear it. But there's so much funny conversations in the background. So, last question of today's interview. What advice can you give to future airsofters that are looking to get into the sport?
The biggest advice I can give you is keep an open mind. Don't make a dead set decision on what you're going to do. Because I've met a lot of people that come into the community and they're like, I'm only playing sniper. I'm only doing this.
That's always the one.
I'm only doing that. And then they end up in a whole nother role doing a whole... And it's like, why? I thought you were going to... Well, I find this more enjoyable than that. And it's like, because you have an open mind and you're willing to try a different position. Like, I, for the longest time, didn't carry an LMG. I only started carrying an LMG as of playing with the Mobros, because we went to our first event, which was in Autumn Justice, when I really got to play with them, and they were like, hey, we need an LMG gunner. I just so happened to have an LMG. I was like, you know what? I'll run it. I'm not a big LMG guy. I don't like the weight. I like being light and fast and agile, but I'll try it. And now I'm hooked on it. And now it's like, anywhere I go, I've had multiple people tell me this, and you guys have told me this, and it's like, if you see me without an LMG, there's like a lot of people are like, that's sad. It's not it's not what we expect to see when we see you. We don't see you carrying an M4. And I've had a conversation with like TU and Ghost, because they're like, we want to see you run an M4 more this year. And I'm like, that's not what I built though. That's not what I'm known about. If you see me, you know there's going to be my LMG somewhere in the field getting sprayed on.
Yep.
And like I told Cam last weekend at Extreme, and I can say this in front of everybody, I walked up to him before in front of everybody, and I was like, I'm going to tell you one fucking thing about this LMG right now. And he goes, what's that? I said, fucking shoot it. If I do not hear this gun going off, I will come and find you wherever you are and make you fucking shoot it. It does not like to be looked at.
That's right.
It makes noise for a reason. Let it make fucking noise. And every time I walk out there, all I could hear is that LMG. Bah, bah, and I'm like, great.
Dude, I know.
Cam's over there like, I got like 7 kills with it. And I'm like, that's fucking awesome, dude. Because he's the little kid running around with an LMG. Just everyone's like, that's cool. And he's spraying at them. And then I'm like, power to you.
No, he's a great kid. Him and Jordan are both great players. And we're really fortunate that they joined up with us. Yeah, it was completely unexpected. I think it was Poe that brought them over, and all the players we took on this year were really fortunate to have. You know,
Yeah.
it was unexpected. That like this past season was unexpected in that regard of people like yourselves coming. I mean, like you've showed up to 2 games. You're on our wall, man. Like you guys made an impression. You know, after those 2 games, all the guys are like, dude, they were awesome, and everyone is like, those were some of the biggest highlights from our season is really getting to know you guys and hang out with you guys and now consider you guys part of our family as well.
Same here. We've been us bros and us captains we're already talking like, hey, when's the next Death Eaters game? And I'm like, guys, it's still the winter time. We gotta get them at least till springtime, and then we can have these conversations. Like we've already talked about at least 2 games a year is up there, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like it will happen. There are gonna be more games. We get it. We're all excited to go back up there and play with them. We all know they're all great people, but it will happen. Just
So yeah,
time.
end of April I think is what we're talking right now.
Yes.
Hopefully, and then I personally, I mean, I will put this out there to everybody that's a part of the Mo Death. No, it wouldn't. That's not an away game. The Bro Eaters.
The Bro Eaters for a home game.
So I'd like to put out that our captain's game now is what we did last year to that effect.
Mhm.
And now whoa,
It's not fair no more. I'm a captain now.
whoa,
So
just boom.
we gotta change this conversation a little bit because it's not fair no more.
What the hell are you talking
what
about?
are you
fair.
talking about?
That's absolutely
Dude, it was
fair.
14v30.
I mean, yes. Hold on. Numbers wise, it's fair.
So next year,
Next year, it's gonna be a.
I mean, I would really like to push for that.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you should be because it's gonna be
100%. I was okay with it the last time. And
That's going to be, yeah, I mean, other people might not be very happy with it, but it is a captain's game. If you want to be on the captain's team, you gotta become a captain. So,
guilty as charged.
guilty.
That was a big. I was like, no, fuck this.
I will say, they were a minute away from getting that flag.
Oh yeah, it was.
You guys were close.
If we had the hour and a half, we would have done it. The biggest problem was the hour, and then, to be honest, we had no communication above hand. It was kind of like we were going off of who I could talk to at the moment and the 30 seconds we had beforehand.
Which
the program
is very important to get used to as well. It's not
absolutely
not having those comps.
And it worked well.
Oh no! Go ahead. Worked well.
It worked well in the fact of like the first flag in the middle with Rabbit on and Rabbit screaming, "They got the fucking flag! What the mother?" And we're all looking at him like, "You didn't realize the flag was?" And he's like, "No." And then it got down to the one that you guys have in slums, which is by far the hardest flag to get.
The one on the back of the tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the angle where it's positioned and the window right above it and everything else going on, it is, my opinion, the hardest.
Dude, well, that's the first time we've run that little scenario, and being inside of that is a completely different experience because you're sitting there going, it's going to be unfair. It's not, because everywhere you step, as soon as you step anywhere on the open, you're shot. Like that part of the video where Austin's like, okay, 3, 2, 1, fuck you, because he just got shot. He's just about to run out. Like, that was the coolest part of that, is that you really had to move your ass because there's fire coming in from everywhere.
And I think that's a lot of it due to, like, you guys were in the building, we were trying to get in the building. So it was harder for us because we're trying to coordinate an attack to kind of push you guys to a point where we can kind of back you down.
You did.
And it did work to a point, but it was a lot different than being sitting in a building defending it. Because in my opinion, defending an objective is a lot easier than attacking an objective.
And you're 100% right. Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's not. But I am saying that you guys
the views are completely different.
Gave as good as you got, because we had, it wasn't a building, it was like 6, 7 buildings that we were defending in that area.
Yeah,
it
was intense.
It was awesome.
I can't wait to do it again.
And this time you get to see a different perspective of it.
Can we do 2 captains games? I may have to. I'm gonna be honest. I may volunteer to run 1 game with the members if we do a captains versus members game. Simply for it to be fair on both sides, because I wouldn't feel. I feel bad being. Don't get me wrong. I want to pick on all the members as much as fun as it is.
So that's the thing. You're not really picking on them because they're attacking you. They're picking on you.
Are they really picking on me
You're
though?
damn right. There's 30 versus 14. That's not a fair fight.
I have an LMG that's shooting double that, so
That's okay.
It's a fair.
You
it's a
can't
fair
shoot all
fight.
30 of them at once.
You want to try?
I mean, you got to expand.
To be
So
fair,
you gotta
to-
be in the bubble to try.
to
so
be
you gotta
fair-
come join us.
Yeah, that's true. I got to be in a bubble.
So let me tell you, you're not going to win this argument because
No, I'll never win
we
it.
are sure that we will.
I promise you, we went in with the same mindset. Like, dude, what the? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. And then 5 minutes in, it's like, okay, we made a great mistake. How the fuck?
We made a grave mistake, dude. It was intense, and I know
Yes.
that a lot of the people that were charging the captains really liked the challenge.
But not to toot my own horn, and I'm going to toot it a little bit. The other team had me. You guys didn't. And I don't want to be the asshole, but I've been told by multiple people that playing with me when I have the LMG is like playing against 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
Because, like you've seen, and everyone is telling you, I pop up here, and then I'm going to pop down, and I'm going to pop up somewhere else. And your biggest aspect with me is keeping your eyes on me. And I've heard that from my other captains and other players, and even strangers. They're like, dude, you pop up, you rip the LMG for a quick second, and then you just quiet, and no one knows where you're at, and that's your problem until you
How
hear the
about-
gun off.
How about this? Tentative plan, you'll be on the captain's plan team.
Absolutely.
And if we think it's not fair, then we will happily accept your
If enough people complain
resignation
about
to the
it.
captain's team game to play with the other.
I'm not. No, hold on.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. I'm saying if we do.
Well, I didn't say that.
Let me clarify
Yeah,
this.
please,
If
please.
we do 2 captains versus members game, I will play 1 on each side. If we only do 1, as long as the members are okay with it, I'm going to take a captain's team role. I will only switch sides if at the time of the moment we agree as a group it is unfair and they need some help.
All right.
Then I will jump sides. But if everyone's like, no, we're good, rock it, then we're going to rock it the way it sits. I don't want to.
Very diplomatic of you.
I try to be. I try to be
You
community
are.
is open. You know, I don't want anybody to have an unenjoyment. And granted, I don't think anybody here, whether it be a bro eater or Diamond Dogs or anybody, would have a bad time because we've already shown that that doesn't happen when we're all together.
Yeah.
But I like to keep those vibes going.
Fucking right. It's always about the vibes.
Absolutely.
Dude, really a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for
for
having
making
me.
the drive up. And
Absolutely.
thank you for being such a positive member of this community.
I try.
That's a wrap, guys.
Cut.